Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews. I am your host Boise, and this is SmackDown Live Review. This is February the 12th, 2019. So what do we have? We have a huge gauntlet match. The winner of the match will enter last in the Elimination Chamber. We also have a huge replacement for the men's Elimination Chamber match, and we also have the Usos arriving onto McMiz TV, and so much more. With all this said and done, let's get straight on with it. Let's hit the music. So we kicked off the show with a video package from what happened last night with Vince McMahon taking away Becky Lynch's WrestleMania moment and introducing a woman who would replace her, which WWE were really smart at doing this, because they showed the video package and he went, "It's Charlotte Flair." I mean, Charlotte's music hit. Charlotte came out to the ring and she cut a hell of a promo. Now, Charlotte is usually one of those wrestlers who has a hit and miss history with promos, but this time round she really sold this promo. She was absolutely fantastic. She made it interesting and exciting, and it made all the fans boo her like hell, mainly because she taunted that Becky Lynch is no longer in the WrestleMania main event against Ronda Rousey, which was great. It really built up this whole storyline of Becky, Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, and she said, maybe if I point at the sign and you guys chant Becky, she will arrive and she will save you, and she really made the crowd hate her more and more, which was absolutely fantastic. Charlotte can come off, like I said, but on and off with promos, but this time around she really stole the show. She also announced that she will be at Elimination Chamber to watch her opponent, scout her opponent, when it's Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott. For me, I really enjoyed this promo. I like the opening package, which, you know, allowed Vince McMahon's from last night to introduce Charlotte, and then Charlotte coming back out to that was absolutely fantastic. It was really good videography work right there. For me, I'm going to give this a 3.5 star, mainly because it continues building up the Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair feud. Next up, we had a triple threat tag team match where we saw the IIconics taking on Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and the new tag team of Carmella and Naomi. So yes, this is a repeat of what we got last week, but it's actually a much better match, mainly because the stipulation from what happened on Raw was continued onto this show as well. So the losers of this match would go in first into the Elimination Chamber match for the first Women's Tag Team Championship match. I was actually really enjoying this match. The IIconics tagged out very quickly, and they never really got back into the match at all. It really left Naomi and Carmella to really show what they can do, and Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, which is a continuation of the Naomi-Mandy Rose feud, which we've had. Don't get me wrong, I still think the Mandy Rose and Naomi feud is the worst feud we've seen this year, but allowing it to continue and evolve towards the tag team division actually makes a lot of sense. It allows a lot of people to cheer and boo two stars, which they really needed to do. Mandy Rose and Carmella actually had a really good chemistry in the ring, which showed throughout. Sonya Deville looked absolutely destructive, and Naomi obviously was, for me, the most athletic person in the ring. So it was great to see these four superstars really get to shine. The new team of Naomi and Carmella really got to shine a lot more, which was always fun to see. And them beating Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, putting probably one of the other favourite teams to win the tag team championships into jeopardy as well, because they're in the same boat as the other favourites, Bayley and Sasha Banks. But yeah, I like this. It was a much better match. It allowed teams to shine more, and it allowed a lot more of the evolution of the Mandy Rose Naomi feud to continue. So I'm going to give this a 2.5 star. I know it's the same booking, we've seen this match before, but because the stipulations were added onto it, and because it actually allowed a new team to shine, I think it was a much better outing for tag teams. So for me, it's going to get a 2.5 star out of 5. Next up, we got a brand new chat show on SmackDown Live, McMiz TV, hosted by Shane McMahon and The Miz, and their first guests are their challengers at Elimination Chamber, the Usos. I actually found this to really be a good promo between all 4 competitors. The Usos came across as a very much aggressive babyface team. They don't respect The Miz and Shane O'Mac, mainly because they don't see him as a proper tag team. They see him as one pretender and one superstar who's pretending to be a good guy now, which makes sense. The Miz has always been known as a heel. Shane, he's, the wrestlers do respect him. You can tell they respect him, but they don't respect that he thinks he's the best tag team in the world. That's what the Usos think they are. They truly believe they are the best tag team in the world, and they're going to be a 6-time tag team champions, which honestly I would love to see. I think the Usos are a great team, but I do like that there's a new team in the mix with The Miz and Shane O'Mac. I don't mind them holding on to the titles towards Fastlane and then dropping it, but we'll have to wait and see. But I actually enjoyed this talk. The Usos were very much on their top. When the Usos brought out the Uso penitentiary, and they really kind of started dominating the tag teams, not just in the ring but on the mic as well. This is the Usos of past, in my opinion. They were very much sharp and very much ready to go straight at it with Shane O'Mac and The Miz. The Miz and Shane O'Mac were fun. They got the cheap pops when they needed to, but the crowd were definitely behind the Usos in this one. Neither team came across as being the bad team, the heels in this, which is good. I'm glad they didn't turn the Usos heel just so Shane O'Mac and The Miz continued their run. But yes, very much interesting to see how this storyline evolves. I can't wait to see this match. I'm looking forward to it. But I do agree with some people. This promo did deserve a little bit more time than what they got. But I like that they finished it off with a super kick party, as I like the double super kick to both Miz and Shane O'Mac. So I'm going to give us a 2.5 star. If I had a bit more time, it definitely would have been a 3-star promo, but it did what it needed to do. This moves us on to our main event of the night, and it was a gauntlet match. The winner of the gauntlet match will enter the Elimination Chamber last. Before we got into that, we had a big announcement of a major change in the lineup for the Elimination Chamber, and that would be Mustafa Ali will not be competing. He got a bit of a concussion last week, and WWE doctors have just not cleared him to take part at the Elimination Chamber. So WWE executives, so Shane O'Mac, Triple H, and that lot, announced that one member of the New Day will be entering the Elimination Chamber. Makes sense. New Day are really popular. All 3 men are definitely could be contenders for world titles at some point. I still think Xavier Woods is underrated, to say the least. But yes, we had this match. It started off with Daniel Bryan kicking off a promo stating it was injustice that he should be having to defend his WWE title at Elimination Chamber as an audience, as a worldwide audience. They should have him as champion as long as possible because he's doing everything he possibly can to change the WWE universe into a much greener, more responsible universe. And the New Day interrupt him. It looked like it was going to be Big E at first, then it looked like it was going to be Xavier Woods, but finally, last but not least, Kofi Kingston steps up. For me, the most underrated wrestler in WWE history. 11 years he's been in the company, and for a long time, for me personally, as a fan of Kofi, when he had that really bad Jamaican accent, Kofi Kingston should have been WWE champion. He was just always one of those guys. So we started off a match with Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan, and this lasted 20 odd bloody minutes. Kofi Kingston showing exactly why he's one of the most underrated wrestlers. He's up there with both Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. He's up there with absolute ability wise. Daniel Bryan really did control a majority of this match, and he showed his more aggressive, dangerous Daniel Bryan. To be honest, it was a bit of an homage to the old Bryan Daniels as well during this match, which I was like, oh, he's the American Dragon a little bit here, which was good to see as well. Chemistry between Kofi and Daniel Bryan is always there. They can just steal the match no matter what. If this was a singles match just 20 minutes long, I would say easily a 4-star match between two guys, because it was such a great match. It looked like Eric Rowan was going to get involved too much. The New Day took him out. The New Day got kicked out. Then Rowan did chuck Kofi into the official area. Referee kicked Rowan out. Looked like Daniel was going to get the win, but no, Kofi hit him with Trouble in Paradise. I love that move. It's not my favourite of his moves, but it is a absolute. I love that move altogether. Gets the pin on Daniel Bryan. That legitimizes his spot in the Elimination Chamber, because he has pinned the current WWE Champion. Next up, we had Jeff Hardy versus Kofi Kingston. Don't forget that by this point, Kofi has been wrestling 20 odd minutes. Him and Jeff have probably another about 5-7 minute match where they really are showing the best. Again, Jeff Hardy can't go, in my opinion. He's a brilliant talent. He's fantastic in the ring, but let's be honest, he's at that stage in his career now. He's not going to have 30-minute matches, 40-minute matches. He will do 15-20 minutes at best. We got a 7-minute match here. Kofi selling was absolutely fantastic. And then he hit Jeff Hardy with the SOS to get the pinfall. Both guys just absolute, you can tell there's respect between them. And next up, this is the bit when I'm watching this match and I turned into a huge mark, I'm afraid to say, because I was just like, oh god, no, not him, anyone but him. But that's right, we had Samoa Joe. I was like, how's Kofi going to survive against Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe is a beast. He is the most dangerous man in WWE. This is when my brain turns off of thinking it's all scripted, it's all predetermined. I don't care. My brain turns off for a second and I'm like, but it's Samoa Joe. He's dangerous. He's going to kill Kofi. Kofi's had such a good run. He's been brilliant. And it was an absolute destructive match. Samoa Joe does not hold back in any way, which is great and scary at the same time, because you actually feel, is Kofi getting injured really? Because I'm worried about Kofi going into Elimination Chamber. I'm legitimately worried about that. It looked like Samoa Joe had won it a few times by countouts, but Kofi, reluctant to give up his spot, keeps getting back into the ring. He's fighting. He is giving it his all. It's like a Rocky story by this point. Samoa Joe puts a Coquino clutch on him. Kofi managed to flip it, pins Samoa Joe to free. Samoa Joe just doesn't believe it. This is very similar to the Samoa Joe AJ Styles match we got at Super Showdown. Joe goes mental, takes out Kofi, again outside the ring. The officials are trying to get Samoa Joe off Kofi Kingston. AJ Styles comes out, he starts beating on Samoa Joe. Obviously he's quite concerned about Kofi. He's like, are you sure? I think you should just quit now, mate. You've had a fantastic run. And Kofi's just like getting more and more annoyed with AJ Styles, because AJ's not taking him serious. Like, you've been beaten after your match. You've taken on 3 guys on long matches. Kofi just slapping him across the face. AJ loses it, and they actually have another 5-10 minute match. Again, AJ Styles showing a more aggressive, dangerous style. Once AJ snaps, he's one of the most dangerous guys in the ring as well. He will not show mercy to anyone. A real good performance here by AJ Styles and Kofi Kingston. 2 guys I could easily watch for a title match in the future and go, damn, this is a good match. But yeah, they were absolutely excellent in this match. I want to see more of it. Is that selfish of me? I want to see more of Kofi Kingston versus AJ Styles in the future. I hope we do get that. But yes, AJ does win with the calf crusher after Kofi taps out. Rest of the New Day take Kofi away. They drag him backstage. You can see the whole crowd's going. That's 50 minutes. Kofi went 50 odd minutes by this point in the ring. But the audience was there. Randy Orton's music starts hitting. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, where is it? Where is it? He's like, AJ's trying to call him out. One RKO. Randy Orton wins. Randy Orton wins the All Gauntlet match. What a match there. One, it protects the Randy Orton AJ Styles match, which we do want to see at some point. Two, is an absolute showing of a match by Kofi Kingston, 50 odd minute, I think it was like 56 minutes he was in the match altogether. Definitely for me, MVP of the night was Kofi Kingston, just stole the whole show. He was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And it was great because they talked about the Gauntlet match for Seth Rollins the night before, and I honestly think this was a much better outing for Kofi Kingston. I think this was a much more brilliant match because Kofi, like they were saying, Kofi didn't even know about this Gauntlet match until he came to the show tonight. So all that said and done, brilliant match. Randy Orton winning, why not? Randy Orton is an opportunist just like Edge was, so it makes sense that he will take that opportunity to come from behind and RKO AJ Styles out of nowhere. I was really umming and ahhing about what to give us. Is this a 4? Is this a 4.5? Is this a 5-star? I've got to give it 5-star because Kofi Kingston absolutely stole the match for me, and I want Kofi to win now on Sunday. He wasn't even in the match, and now a couple of days till Elimination Chamber, I have my new favourite to win it. But yeah, 5-star, absolutely loved every single part of this match. And there you go guys, that was SmackDown Live for this week. What did I think? I actually thought that SmackDown was really good. It did everything it needed to do to build up their Elimination Chamber matches. It really continued storylines in that way, and it did exactly what it needed to do. Heels got booed, babyfaces got cheered. My MVP for the whole night, for the whole week, is going to go to Kofi Kingston. Like I stated, he is now my favourite to win at Elimination Chamber because I'm just in love with Kofi Kingston again. It feels like I'm back in 2000 and 2013, where Kofi Kingston was just like one of the hottest singles competitors and really pushing for titles. I'm back in that state again where I'm like, oh my god, I want Kofi Kingston to win titles again, singles titles. But yeah, absolutely loved the whole show. There was a bit of the women's tag team match I didn't mention on their bit, was that the IIconics did attack Naomi and Carmella after their match. That again, really well done, really well scripted there for the women's the tag team division. Smart that IIconics never got involved in the match, but by the end they attacked everyone else to make sure that they have a bigger advantage going into Elimination Chamber. So what am I going to give this week's episode of SmackDown Live? Well, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think it was absolutely brilliant. I loved every part of it, and there you go. What was your favourite part of this week's SmackDown Live? Leave it in the comments below, guys, and don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell to keep notified with all our videos here at Smack Talk Wrestling. And if you do want to follow us on the old Twitter, you can do it. It's at Smack Talk YouTube. And if you want to follow me on the old Twitter, it's at Boise88. And I'll see you guys next time on Smack Talk Wrestling Reviews.